Hey, first of all, this video is gonna contain some profanity, not from me necessarily, but, from the video that I'm gonna be reacting to. Um, okay, so, let's, let's get ready for this review. It's a stand-up special called A Breath of Fresh Air by Nick DiPaolo. Because if there's anything fresh, it's Nick DiPaolo's stand-up. Like, this is a guy who his stand-up consists of uh oranges shouldn't be served on the highway because people are thirsty. That's essentially one of the jokes. Rosie O'Donnell is fat. I'm not making this up. Soccer fields are long. Uh what else? What other jokes has he done? Los Angeles is called the City of Angels, but there's bad people that live there. So now he's doing, and I've seen the special. I've seen the special already, but this is gonna be like a reaction to video. Just want to see how these do on the channel. Let me just read the description because I found this kind of interesting. Labeled too dangerous for Netflix. It's too dangerous for Netflix. Okay, so it's too dangerous it's too dangerous for Netflix. The channel who did a Jimmy Carr stand-up special, and Nick DiPaolo is edgier than him. Okay, this should be interesting. Too honest for Comedy Central. Comedy Central airs Daniel Tosh stand-up specials. He did a he even he this that comic talked about did like a I'm not even gonna get into it, but did a joke that would be seen as extremely in poor taste. So if it's too dangerous, quote unquote, I think that might mean something else. Like maybe he tried to sell it to those channels like Comedy Central and Netflix, and both of them turned it down. Which, when you realize that Netflix put out Amy Schumer's Leather special, uh, they're not really extremely picky. So yeah, so let's see. In the image, he's given the middle finger to a bunch of women and what looks like a hippie dude that says hashtag me too. 63 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, for 30 years you may have been thinking it, but this gentleman's been saying it. Give it up for Nick DiPaolo!
Okay, 9 seconds in, and he's stolen, and I don't know if it's him, or if it's the warm-up, or if it was the announcer, or whatever, but that was said at the beginning of Kathy Griffin's Bravo show. Like, I'll say it for you. So, we're not even 10 seconds in, and already it's repetitive. A breath of fresh air. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. How are you? Thank you. Wow. Holy shit. You guys are cheering like it's The Price is Right. Relax. It's a beautiful place. It's the type of place where a senator will get assassinated in 1860s. This is class, huh? This is Cahoe's. Miller Lite cans lined up by the bucket.
The Nick DiPaolo stand-up drinking game. Take a shot every time he says something that is a product or it seems like it's advertisement. So we're starting with, I don't remember what it is. I don't really drink, but cheers. This is first sip. Miller Lite, I think?
God bless it. Those are the working class people that I love, goddammit. Looked to my left, I thought it was a bowling alley. How are you, fellas? Good luck in the tournament. Toxic white European. There's no respect for white European males anymore. I realized this. I was in Jersey last night.
He said this bit about white European males in 2004. I shouldn't be surprised. He made a Felicity reference in, like, 2015 or so.
In Jersey, I had to get on the turnpike to come home. I had to go to the bathroom on the Jersey Turnpike, so I pull into a rest area. What's the name of the rest area? The Vince Lombardi rest area. That's the best we can do for the greatest coach in the history of the NFL. Should we put a statue of him in front of his high school? No, let's build an 18 by 24 brick structure after exit 13A. Where truckers who have been living on hooker pussy and beef jerky for 14 hours can unload their impacted bowels. Where gay guys can exchange filthy blowjobs at 3 a.m. and where pedophiles can come into the faces of terrified children. You know, the shit that Vince Lombardi was for. You know.
Isn't there a restaurant called Lombardi's?
Fucking Vince Lombardi rest? Where's the Jerry Sandusky rest area? That's my question. That's the rest area I want to see. Life-size statue of Jerry in a bathing suit, half a heart on, big smile on his face.
Now we need some brainwash.
Fucking white toxic males. Oh, how about Jussie Smollett? Is that feminine black toxic fucking femininity?
Who is defending Jussie Smollett besides that person besides that senator in Chicago?
You know why he did all that? He said he wasn't getting paid enough, $65,000 an episode. Well, it turns out
I thought it was $1 million.
After that hoax, they figured out in 3 seconds you're a pretty shitty actor, I guess. Fucking. Imagine a white guy trying to pull that off. A fucking reverse hate crime. I'd have to get 2 white bodybuilders from Sweden, put them in blackface.
Yeah, and people would say you should go to jail too.
Guys leave a pack of Newports next to me and dump great Kool-Aid over my head. And I'd set it, and they'd go, "Fuck you, this is Obama country." So I'd set it in Salt Lake City, naturally. Make the fucking...
No, this is Trump country.
What a scumbag. I hope he still has that fucking noose, and he uses it the right way this time.
3 minutes, 53 seconds, we agree on one thing.
Yeah. Jesse, go downstairs, find a beamer, you know what to do. Fuck it down.
How many times are you gonna do at the end of a joke?
I'm woke, okay? And I'm on the right, motherfuckers.
He thinks he's edgy. This would be edgy for like 1993, maybe.
Up here, I live in Westchester, and I drove up, made here in like under 2 hours. I got a ticket last time. The fucking Nazis on the Taconic. Can you get enough cops?
Really? There's a lot of cops on the road.
You know. My buddy was with me. He goes, "You're doing 106?" I'm like, "So what?" He goes, "Well, if we hit a deer, we're dead." I said, "A deer at this speed? If we hit a fucking moth, it's gonna go through you like a hollow point bullet. Are you shitting me? What are you?"
106? That's like way over speed limit. You should get a ticket.
So I use the Waze app. I love anybody use the... 20 of us. The rest of you is what? Getting raped in Uber cars on the weekend? How many Uber rape stories have you read in the paper last year? I've read like 3. You know, if you're an ugly girl, you can't get a date on a Saturday night, just call Uber, okay?
He's read 3 stories. I've heard, like, you tell 3 or 4 funny jokes. You really want to do comparisons? How long has Uber been around? Like 5, 6 years, and there's been only 3 stories? Oops.
They'll be happy to take to your sister's house,
I know I'm looking at this, like, critically, but I'm sorry, I just don't find him funny. To me, this feels like he's like, he kind of like Andrew Dice Clay. I'm not a huge Andrew Dice Clay fan. I did a review for The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. I'm probably going to review more of his movies. Believe it or not, he did more after Ford Fairlane. I don't think I'll review his stand-up special because even though it did get released in theaters, and Smeghead will probably, Cinematic Excrement will probably review it because I think it won a Razzie, so that should tell you how critical the Razzies are. But this guy, if I haven't heard a lot of recent Andrew Dice Clay material, but I'm willing to bet this would be exactly that same thing. So there's nothing really fresh right now. All he's talking about is Jussie Smollett, he's talking about Jerry Sandusky, and he's talking about poor white guys.
Send her like a Haitian on bath salts to pick you up. Go ahead. That could be $22, man. Put on your shoes. I love that Waze app. I fucking love it. Because it tells you where the cops are, and I still sell Coke to school children in the afternoon, so that kind of works out good.
He does the Waze app, but years ago he said that cell phones were a scam.
Israeli military. That's kind of ironic when you think about it, because Jews are known best for what? Being lost in the desert for 40 years. Flooding up ahead, Moses.
Hashtag Jewish joke. You know a comic is...
I use the way...
You know a comic is on fire when he's like, hey, what kind of audience is this? What, you didn't laugh at my lame joke? Well, you're too wimpy or you're too stupid. This is something that I don't like that some comics do. Like, Carlos Mencia is the main culprit of this, at least in my opinion. I haven't seen a whole lot of stand-up, but with Carlos Mencia, like, there was one joke that he did where he was like, he said, I have a, like, what is it, like, he was talking about, like, car horns and, like, the nee-nee-nee-nee-nee-nee-nee-nee-nee-nee. And it was like, see, look at all the rich people. Our car was Kit. Oh. See, look at all the stupid people. Who was Kit, Carlos? So, the joke wasn't funny, but he just had to do that. But he had to do that thing of, like, ripping on the audience because he didn't get the huge laugh that joke so clearly deserves. And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what this feels like to me. He's done stand-up specials in, like, LA, or California, I think. He did one in, somewhere in Texas. It might have been Houston or so. He did one in, Minnesota, and he did one in Connecticut. I don't know where he did, later ones. I don't even know where this one is. But, like, if he thinks that his audience... that he's too edgy for his audience, why don't you try doing this show in, I don't know, I'm gonna insult some people, but why not try to do it where, like, people are, like, really edgy? Like, try to do one in, like, the deep south or something. Try doing one in, like, Montana or something, or... Why are you picking all of these, like, these kinds of cities when... you know you're just going to get a bad response? Is that just so you can spend another minute riffing and saying that joke failed when it was like it was like the world's greatest joke ever? Like, I could do it like, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Oh my god, I scared a lot of my viewers. I know. I'm too edgy. I'm too edgy for you guys. I know. That joke is way too extreme, and it's way too... wah. That's pretty much what it is. Write some smarter jokes. Or jokes.
Up to drive into New York City every night to work on my act, and I live 40 miles outside of New York City. I do the first 38 miles in 38 minutes. I get into Manhattan, I look down, it says 1 mile to go, 27 minutes.
So he's talking about traffic now? This is edgy material?
4-minute mile. I'm gonna turn my car in for a fucking canyon tomorrow. Get like 20 miles on a bowl of rice and some Japanese beetles, you know what I'm saying?
Just staring because that's funny, right?
I started smoking it a year ago. I fucking love it. I'm not gonna stop. So
you smoked in the 90s. What are you saying now? You're just talking about how you...
My friends are going, why would you start at this age? I go, why would you start in your 20s so you could have cancer in your 40s? I'm timing it out. If a doctor tells me I have cancer in 30 years, I'm gonna kiss him on the lips. You shitting me? Do you see many happy 87-year-old guys out there?
Hugh Hefner.
That look in their face like, I wish I fucking smoked when I was a kid. Laying in a puddle of my own piss, nobody's talking to me. Give me a cigarette, goddammit.
How long did George Carlin live? Yeah, he was
love it.
angry, but he smiled sometimes.
Trying to quit it is kind of nasty, but my buddy says, why don't you try those e-cigarettes? I said, because I look more manly with a cock in my mouth. That's why
Taking a jab at Dave Chappelle right there. Because Dave Chappelle did, he did e-cigs with, what was it? Equanimity or something? Or the Bird Revelation? One of those two.
Fucking e-cigarettes. You know why I smoke? It draws attention. Just like doing comedy. It's like having a mic in your hand. Take a cigarette, everybody's staring at it like a psycho. I get off a plane in Buffalo. I go outside of the airport. The whole sidewalk is no smoking.
This was like lame jokes in like the late 80s.
Smokers. It looks like a bus stop. I'm in there at 7 in the morning by myself, and there's like 10 people looking in, watching me. I felt like a fucking polar bear.
This smoking? Seriously? This stuff isn't... You think this is edgy? This is edgy or dangerous? No. Might have been edgy or dangerous in the 60s.
How should I take this? My wife's a smoker. She actually got me started on smoking a little bit, okay? I come down the stairs the other morning.
What does that tell you?
The note on the kitchen table says, I went grocery shopping, but I left you this. It's a cigarette. P.S. I love you. Might as well
this is foreshadowing.
With AIDS all over it. Stick I'll be home with some fresh carrots that you'll need.
Sorry, I have a cold, people.
Cosby, I was reading Bill Cosby today. I was reading the paper. He doesn't really like prison, and everybody was so shocked when that story broke. Oh yeah, black rapist from Philly. What are the odds?
He's just staring.
I can hear two pussy liberals going, the guys with
there you go, see?
You're the fucking assholes. Oh.
He, of course, has to talk about how the audience is like, ooh.
Black racist from Philly. I never liked Cosby. He's a fucking pompous asshole. I didn't like when he's telling young black kids to pull up their pants. Meanwhile, the last 30 years, he's had his down to his ankles every fucking night.
That joke was on SNL's Weekend Update.
I know he's guilty of rape. I hate Bill Cosby. My Uncle Al loves Bill Cosby. So I took my Uncle Al to see Bill Cosby in Atlantic City like 12 years ago. This is how I know he's guilty of rape. We went backstage after the show to meet him. I shake his
2007.
hand. Next thing I remember, I'm waking up in his hotel room. I'm on the floor.
Bill Cosby's bisexual now?
T-shirt. I got pudding pop wrappers stuck to my ass and back. All I remember hearing is, I'm gonna stick my dick in this little guinea's asshole. I was raped by Bill Cosby. True story. He's a fucking rapist. Look, I don't condone what he did, but I understand it. Ladies, let me explain before you jump down my throat, okay? You women get a little long-winded at 3 in the morning when we're trying to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I just spent $40 on your Red Lobster. It's 4
This
in
is
the
just
morning,
this is just a washed up version of a joke Andy Kindler told, and I don't even like him.
Look over there. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
Is that an Altoids reference?
Fuck me. I'll call Uber. Somebody's gonna get laid. It might be you. It might be me. I don't give a shit.
Okay, Uber. That's the second one. WhatsApp, Uber, but Miller Lite or whatever.
That wasn't a very good Cosby impression I did earlier. All my black comedian friends do a great Bill Cosby. They have him raping everybody in their act. They have a new 10 jokes every week. I do a great Popeye impression. If Popeye goes on a raping spree, I'll have a new half hour. Oh, suck me dick. It's consensual. Tongue me nuts. Oh, put away that rape whistle.
Whistle? What's a whistle? Is he saying whistle and just flub?
I don't know what he did, but he's a serial rapist, Bill Cosby. When you hear serial and crime, you think white guy off the bat. Also, 99% serial killers are white guys, right? Yes, the answer would be yes, fuckfaces. Look, I'm as biased as anybody.
Again, audience doesn't laugh, so he's too edgy.
No, that's not true. I don't give a shit what your stats are. There's a lot of black fucking child rapists. The serial killers are mostly fucking white. Remember Patrice O'Neill, my fat black friend, the fucking great lady? Okay, he hated white people. Relax with your applause, all right? Now listen.
He actually had a show coming out that was planned called Patrice O'Neill's Guide to White People. That would have been interesting.
My phone would ring. I'd pick it up and all I'd hear is white boy, click, fucking Patrice. And I thought about it, and he's right. You know, most serial killers are white.
He's referencing a dead stand-up comic in this special. Classy.
It's true. You gotta follow the kid around his elementary school for 6 months, and you have to go online for like 12 hours, find out what kind of chemicals dissolve bones in a tub in 10 minutes.
In a tap in 10 minutes.
It's not like black crime, you know. You step on somebobody's foot in the champagne room at a titty bar, so you shoot him on the dance floor 30 seconds later.
There's a dance floor and a champagne bar.
This is a real puzzle.
Is a champagne bar like a strip club?
You know that show, The First 48? They have a new one, The First 48 Seconds. It's just black crimes.
What is The First 48? Was that a Netflix? Is that a Netflix show?
Packed too. Holy shit! Nice going, go
14 minutes in, and he's still talking about how there's so many people seeing the show.
In the hashtag Me Too thing, Cosby. Apparently, he was above that. He was actually pissed about it. His wife's still defending Cosby. He didn't do anything wrong. Bill's next door. He's got like pubes in his teeth. I didn't do shit.
Your Cosby impression's getting worse.
Fucking hashtag Me Too. What a crock of shit, okay? I was with that movement for a few minutes, then you took it way too far, like most you lesbians do. You go fucking crazy.
So any woman who has been harassed or raped is a lesbian. Is that what he's saying?
You know what I learned from hashtag Me Too, cool. From the whole thing? Guys are just hornier than women. That's all I learned from that whole thing. I asked my wife, I said, who's hornier, men and women? My wife goes, that's about even. And then I proceeded to tell her this story, and she hasn't brought the subject up in about 2 years. And
men are hornier than women. This is edgy material?
Puberty, I used to fuck my bed pillow until I came at least 3 times a week. By the time Friday rolled around, it was like sleeping on a microwave oven. I couldn't tell. Are there any statute of limitations on these hashtag Me Too? Guys are being sued for rape 25 years later. I'm in a case right now. A woman suing me. The case is 51 years old. She said I kept touching her tits, and I'm like, yeah, it's called breastfeeding, Mom. Get off the fucking... Let it go.
He's 51.
Harvey Weinstein is a piece of shit. He should be in jail. He's a fucking legitimate rapist, in my opinion. Okay?
There's a lot of people who are legitimate.
My buddy Louis, who likes to whip his prick out next to the punch bowl every few fucking weeks. I mean, come on, we've all done
What a shock. He's supporting Louis C.K.
Sometimes
Louis C.K., how much was he worth? He couldn't afford, like, an escort?
One of those girls said she has post-traumatic stress syndrome from seeing Louis' dick. Oh, really? That's the equivalent. See the guy's cock is the equivalent of watching your buddy being blown up in fucking Iraq with an IED, you whore. Really? Louis was my old roommate.
I don't know, if I saw another dude's wiener, I'd be pretty shocked.
I'd say 4 times consensually, to be honest with you. But these broads get on their fucking hype. I see Whoopi Goldberg.
We're not even 17 minutes in.
What the fuck does she know about sexual harassment? At what zoo? The fuck wants to sexually harass a fucking beanbag?
Hass?
I mean, what the fuck?
Blah, 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 blah.
Joy Behar. When's the last time she was finger popped? On the Mayflower in 1650? That skank?
Wasn't the Mayflower in 1620?
Fucking dick could land on the bridge of her nose, you wouldn't know what it was. Fucking Matt Lauer, that's the one that really pissed me off. Matt Lauer had a button under his desk in the office. He could lock his door and lock his secretary in. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why didn't I think of that? I have an office and a desk and a...
Isn't that called abduction?
What, am I going to lock my wife in? Did you finish that BLT yet? You're not going anywhere. I'll fucking vacuum the corners.
You mind pressing a button like 5 times?
Harvey Weinstein. You think it's revenge of the nerds? Like him and Louis didn't get pussy before they were rich and famous. You think Harvey Weinstein get a lot of pussy? Now they don't know how to handle it. He was asking 20-year-old fucking actresses, would you like to watch me take a shower? Yeah, Harvey, I moved out here from Oklahoma to become an actress, but I'd rather watch you rinse your big gray Jew balls in the sink at the Four Seasons.
Okay, is he pro this or is he against this? Because I don't know now.
We can do anything men can do. We can do anything. This is what I've been hearing my whole life. We can do anything men can do. We can do anything men can do. If that's true, how come every time I get on a plane today, I'm not on the plane 2 seconds, a woman comes up to me, can you help me lift my bags? Now I have something to say. I go, no, hashtag me too, bitch. Fucking lift them yourself.
Me Too is about people who have been sexually assaulted, harassed, and or raped. What does that have to do with putting a bag on a plane?
Man-hating machine, young lady.
Called her wait. He just said an old lady, and then at the end he said young lady. Stupid. Can't even keep continuity in the same joke. That's a problem that I kind of have with some quote-unquote shock comics nowadays, is that they can't even keep continuity for more than a few minutes. Whitney Cummings is a main example of that. Maybe if I'm bored one day, I'll do a reaction to pretty much almost any of her specials, because with the exception of Money Shot, they've all pretty much been the same. Men are like this, women are like this. I think you can do better, you just don't want to. You're like, I don't know. Excuse me 1 second, folks. Sorry, I've got that cold. We're not even 20 minutes in, people. There's still over 40 minutes left.
Tag me too. All this shit, and they're trying to blame all this racism and sexism on fucking Trump. What a crock of shit. You know, I didn't like Trump as a TV personality, but I love him as a politician. Okay? Fucking love him.
Is this Dennis Miller stuff?
They did everything they could to keep him from becoming president. Ooh, we have a videotape of Trump saying he likes to grab pussies. What, Hillary doesn't?
A Hillary lesbian joke?
Where's that videotape with her face buried in a giant muff at Yale in 1976? Looked like a lion's mane. They didn't shave back then.
76? When was she born? Looking like
They
Rocky.
did everything they could. He's a fucking bullshitter and he's a salesman, which is what the fucking job calls for. This company's a corporation. You should have picked that up when he was running for president. He sounded just like a salesman. He was telling people what they wanted to hear. Mr. Trump, what about your health care plan? We'll be the healthiest people alive. Next question, please.
Lots of people didn't vote for him.
White teeth will be orange and tan. They'll be beautiful. They'll be beautiful.
I didn't vote for him. I don't really know of anybody who did.
Taxes. I'll pay you. Just fucking vote for me. I have to beat this fat bitch. Don't embarrass me up here, please. Can you guys not do that? Whoever's farting over there in section 6. We have microphones everywhere.
There's microphones, no editors.
And Hillary's still out there saying, well, I lost because of sexism. Well, there was other reasons. First of all, it wasn't sexism. You're a guy. How can you lose?
Sexism.
Guys hate guys. That's sexism.
Calling a girl a guy. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking not edgy.
She wasn't the healthiest candidate, right? There were little subtle hints that she wasn't very healthy, like a
Trump is
stain in her pantsuit as she's going up this stuff.
I'm sorry to get into political opinions, but he's getting into political opinions.
I'm not an animal. I'm a human being.
I'm not an anima? What, did you edit out the L so you wouldn't get sued?
I'm not an animal. I'm a human being.
I'm not an enema?
You're a thick-ankle, dog-faced, lying whore is what you are. A money-grubbing, power-hungry...
So Hillary is a money-grubbing, lying corporate shill and Trump isn't?
I would love to wake up and find out she passed away in her sleep last night. I would be ecstatic. I would jerk off to the autopsy photos. And it ain't because she's pretty. I'd be like, the wicked witch is dead. There you go, Hillary.
Necrophilia. Again, you know, this was...
You've probably never seen this before.
Yeah.
Bill's downstairs.
That's why she doesn't have kids.
I don't know what happened. I heard a big thump upstairs. She banged her head or some shit. I don't know what the fuck happened.
You can't do a good Bill Clinton impression. You are terrible.
About 20 minutes. Can you clean this shit up? Get out of here. And you young people, Bernie Sanders, you thought he was going to be your savior. The old Bernie Sanders, the old wrinkled Jew who... You guys thought you were going to... I'm talking about the young people, okay? You thought you were going to get free hand jobs, chocolate ice cream, red wagons, fucking...
That's what Trump did. He promised a bunch of stuff.
I like when Bernie talks. It's like he's writing an imaginary letter to Santa Claus. I know a few girls got sexually harassed in my campaign a few years ago. Their tits were grabbed in the shower and somebody picked up on somebody.
You can't do a good Bernie Sanders impression. You are terrible.
You fucking kids, get off my lawn. I like him. He's out of his mind, but he's a miserable. I like miserable people who are just fucking unhappy for no reason whatsoever.
You like miserable people.
He actually, the most interesting story during that election was about Bernie Sanders. You guys can Google this. He used to write erotica for a magazine in New York City. He wrote an article saying...
I'm gonna Google this, actually.
With their husbands, they're secretly fantasizing about being raped by 3 guys at once. That's how you know he's a real socialist. Even in his rape fantasy, he's sharing the pussy 3 ways. I want to redistribute pussy. It's trickling up to the 1%. You're getting all the pussy. Sexist pig.
I'm gonna go on Snopes right now. Let's see. Women fantasize about being raped. Holy cow, it's true. That is very... Ugh. That's disgusting. I actually was a Bernie supporter. Holy cow, he looks young. And 72. I'm on Snopes. Excuse me. It was a dumb attempt at dark satire. Yeah, Nick DiPaolo knows nothing about... Fill in your own joke here.
But he hides it. The other reason Bernie lost, other than it was rigged, he couldn't get the black vote. He could not get the black vote. I kept emailing him, change your first name to Colonel.
A KFC joke?
Right in front of you. Wake up.
Why would you want... Wait, I thought you were a Trump supporter. Why would you want a Democrat liberal to win?
I got a black lady laughing her ass off. She knows the truth. Kind of a young version of Esther Roll sitting right there.
Who is Esther Rolls?
Yeah, I fucking love Trump, you know. Wants to build a wall. I think that's stupid. Why build a fucking wall when you have machine guns and flamethrowers? Another great joke wasted on faggy, liberal, mindfuck MSNBC logic.
See? It's a funny joke, but no one laughs, so that means he's too edgy. Or maybe it means that the joke is bad.
Tell me if you picked off one of those creeps coming over the fence, anybody else would follow for the next 10 years. Answer me. Answer me, you fucks. No.
Well, let's see. How many people are in cages and people still cross the border?
Okay, you don't have to kill them. That's a little too medieval for you people. Okay, just a super soaker filled with cat piss. Just fucking drench them.
Super soaker?
Be inventive with a wall. Make it like the Green Monster at Fenway. You know, put seats at the top, people with rifles. Every time an illegal gets killed, the guy comes out and puts a one up on the board. Put up a crooked number, Trump. I will. Trump actually had a great idea during he couldn't have come up with this line. Somebody must have given him this line. They were saying, the press a couple weeks ago, a wall is medieval. And Trump goes, well, a wheel is medieval. We're still using that. It's a great fucking line. You should compromise. Make the wall out of wheels. 30 feet high. That wouldn't work. The Mexican side would be missing hubcaps after the first 3 weeks. But, you know. Well,
So you'd essentially be making a jungle gym. And you can just dig underneath. What about this? Set fire to the wheels.
I don't watch it for the right-wing slant. I watch it for the pussy. Let me be honest.
So did, what, Rupert Murdoch, Bill O'Reilly, one of those two?
Come on, Martha McCallum, fellas, you wouldn't boil her panties, make a nice hard cider for yourself?
I wouldn't do that with any girl.
Shannon Breen. Do you know how many times I've masturbated to Shannon Breen today? About 7.
Not a Tommy Lauren fan? Or Lauren or whatever?
Thanks to the pause button on my remote control, I know what all these women look like with their eyes closed and their mouth open.
What the heck does that mean? Oh,
Shannon Breen's like, and the president met with
sex joke.
Look at honey, she's licking my face. She likes me.
Yeah, because when you pause someone, they look like this.
Oh, she's Catholic.
That's some Photoshop.
And your wife walks in, you get your pants down your ankles. She's like, what are you watching? I'm like, Hannity. What the fuck do you think I'm watching?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Somebody has a discerning eye for beautiful women who does the hiring at Fox, and I'm ruling out Shepard Smith.
Is he doing a BJ to a microphone? Yeah, Carlos Mencia did that in like 2003 and it wasn't funny then.
Okay, Sheppy.
Chunks of this is just stuff I've heard before.
Fox News is for the commercials. All the products for people in the late 90s. And I'm starting to want some of this shit. There's a fine line between somebody in the 90s and a lazy guy in his 50s, you know? Who doesn't want a tub with a fucking...
You're lazy. That explains your stand-up.
I'm 57 years old. I have the balls of a Great Dane. I don't want to do this in front of the mirror every morning. Oh, Jesus.
He's 57? He was breastfeeding when he was 6 years old?
Stair lift? You don't want an acorn stair lift in your house?
Don't you stop that after like 2 or 3 years?
You shouldn't be. Just strap yourself in.
Stairs? Okay.
Wife's coming down and says, fuck you, bitch. I'm drunk. Catch me. clothesline. I love those commercials for the acorn steel. If the woman's like 97 years old, you can't tell if she's going upstairs or to heaven. See you later, kids. Granny hasn't taken a good dump in 3 weeks. I might see you, I might not.
Toilet death ejector.
Catheter? Who doesn't want a catheter? Come on. It's 3 in the morning.
Someone with dignity and common sense and self-respect.
I'm not getting up. I'm staying in bed and counting my Rosendale Gold Capital medals. Hello, I'm William Devane. I know!
Who's William Devane?
I'm right, but I'm not a fucking religious fanatic. Anybody religious here? I love asking this question in New York. Not once has anybody raised their hand. I might as well go, who's got hep C? Religion? How do you catch that? That's gross. Step on a dirty nail? How do you catch religion? I'm not religious either, folks, but I admire religious people. I hate people who hate religious people. I admire them because they believe in something. They actually believe in something. I believe in
so if you're an atheist, or he's talking about you.
I'm hollow. I have no fucking...
He's not religious, but he's going to talk about religion.
81 years old, goes to church every Sunday. She told me I'm supposed to live my life the way Jesus lived his. Well, that's setting the bar a little high, isn't it, Mom? Jesus rose from the dead. I can't get up before noontime after 6 old duels.
No duel? Isn't no duel a non-alcoholic beer?
Jesus forgave the very people that killed them. I haven't talked to my best friend since high school because he spilled yoo-hoo on my leather jacket.
He doesn't drink beer, but he smokes yoo-hoo. Take a sip.
Jesus was in a cave with a rock in front of it and disappeared. I got caught in a fucking revolving door at the bank for 20 minutes the other day. How embarrassing.
Don't use a revolving door because you're 5.
Believes in heaven and all that shit. My dad doesn't believe in any of it. And they're both in their 80s. They're getting near the end of the line. And I noticed my mother is a lot more comfortable with the concept of dying than my dad is. He's always talking about it. He's nervous about it. My mother thinks she knows where she's going. It's like watching 2 people pack for a long trip. One of them already has a room reserved at the Hyatt Hotel. Me and my dad's ripping through Yelp 2 minutes before the plane leaves.
Yelp.
All these rooms are tiny with no air conditioning and bright red. Yes, welcome to the Motel 666, fuckface. You're gonna burn in hell.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. I did a thing if I bought Six Flags Great America in 1996, and I've shown it to a lot of enthusiasts and pretty much anyone who will just take a look at it. And one of the haunted houses was labeled Motel 666. Or Hotel 666. So, either he stole it, because I did post it online, or he has the comedic creativity of a 30-year-old who has never done more than 3 minutes of original stand-up in front of anybody. I leave it up to you. We're about halfway through.
Yeah, my dad doesn't believe in that stuff, and religious people take it too far, though. This is why people start to hate religious people. I'm watching a story in the news. One girl's behind the wheel driving, looks down at her phone, and drifts into oncoming traffic, was killed by an 18-wheel truck instantly. Her mother's on the news that night going, God called her home today. Well, if you look at the accident report, he texted her, number 1.
Joking about dying kids.
And number 2, what
I guess this is actually
kills people with trucks, right? That's right, Islam. That's right. Great joke. Yeah, let it out, white people.
Islam and trucks.
She looked down and God texted her, I guess. I don't know. I don't care how much of an AIDS issue. You look down and your text says delivered by God. You're going to pull over.
Wait, looked 100? Said she was a teen.
Oh, it's my friend Bill with the big black dick. That's it. He's busting my balls. You young people better stop with the texting behind the wheel. People are getting killed left and right.
I'll stop the recording right now. Bye.
That's not how I want to see you done. I mean,